Okay, so you know how in TV, like some TV shows get to like season 7 and the writers kind of like stop having ideas for the show and like where to take the characters in new directions? That's pretty much Despicable Me 3.
Face it, Gru! Villainy is in your blood!
C'est Gru con boobs.
You ready to continue the family tradition? You and me? No, I left that life behind me. Just one heist.
Despicable Me 3 is the third installment in the Despicable Me franchise, and I don't know, I was kind of tossing up, do I see Wonder Woman? Do I see Despicable Me 3? And I made the mistake in seeing Despicable Me 3. Despicable Me 3 also stars the voices of Steve Carell, Kristen Wiig, Steve Carell again, and Trey Parker, and that guy that did all the voices for the Minions. So the plot of Despicable Me 3 is basically that Gru and Lucy, they get fired from their job at the Anti-Villain League because a guy named Balthazar Brat, he gets away and they get fired, and yeah, so then it turns out Gru has like a twin brother that he didn't know about and he wasn't told about, and he ends up going to visit his brother, and his brother's like, hey, we can be bad guys, like let's be bad guys, you can be a bad guy again. So it kind of is the brotherly relationship. I mean, it pretty much follows the same trope in all the Despicable Me movies, which I think is actually pretty good in how different it is, setting itself apart from the other animated movies or movies in general, is that it centers around this different family that is different from the norm that is presented in most other movies, with the first one being a single dad adopting kids, and the second one being like the involvement of the single dad getting like going dating and stuff, and this one it's finding out about lost family. So I think that's actually pretty good and how it represents those types of family dynamics. That I thought that was a good element in this trilogy, and it carries through pretty well here. A big problem that I find with Despicable Me 3 is actually the character designs. I mean, Gru's character design is fine, but other characters like Lucy and the girls, it doesn't tell that much about them, and the only reason you get anything from like Gru's brother is because he's pretty much the exact opposite of Gru himself. I mean, Balthazar Brat, all he gets in his character is everything related to his 80s TV show. He gets nothing else added to him. He just sits alone at home and like pretty much laments about his glory days as being a child actor. The plot itself is also thinly veiled, pretty much coming together with obligatory scenes of setting Lucy up with creating a daughter connection. One of the daughters like going out unicorn hunting, Gru and his brother, Gru and Balthazar Brat, and then there's like obligatory scenes set with the Minions by itself. And that brings me to another major problem with the movie, the Minions. I mean, the Minions worked well in Despicable Me 1 and 2, and I thought Minions was okay for what it was, but it definitely was not as good as the Despicable Me movies, and it kind of lost something without them to interact with Gru, and here, they don't interact with Gru. It's like they decided, you know what, we'll make a Minions short movie where they leave Gru, and that's what happens. They kind of got like a short film, and it sort of intercuts between that and the actual narrative of the movie. I mean, the Minions spend like half an hour in prison for no reason to service the story whatsoever. I mean, there's even a whole musical number which serves no reason to the movie whatsoever. However, the music throughout the movie, I really like. I love 80s music. 80s music is so fun, and every like 20 minutes or so they'll put on an 80s song because Balthazar Brat has a scene where he's got 80s music going on, and man, the music soundtrack in that scene is very good. I actually really enjoyed it. Going into this movie as well, I never really had that high expectations. I mean, I just didn't have high expectations, and somehow I still walked out disappointed. Yeah, Despicable Me 3, not exactly a great movie. Plenty of character flaws. There's not really anything to develop. You don't really get that sense of family that you get in the first two movies. Also as well, the jokes, none of them land. Like maybe one or two actually land and become funny, but most of the jokes that made me laugh I saw in the trailer, and I saw coming way earlier in the movie, and I thought they worked much more effectively in the trailer than in the movie. That was just probably one of the more bigger disappointing elements of Despicable Me 3. Honestly, after coming out of this movie, I just hope they don't make Minions. They're making Minions 2. I don't want any more Minions. I am now on board with everyone hating Minions, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not a fan. Let's stop Despicable Me right there. Finish with 3. You kind of set yourself up for 4, but we don't need a 4th. And I don't want Minions 2. That's the whole point of this video. Don't see Despicable Me 3 because it's not overly entertaining. I mean, 1 or 2 jokes hit. It's not it's not as heartfelt as the other Despicable Me movies, and it's just not that great altogether. I mean, I could have seen Wonder Woman. Despicable Me 3 though, Platypus does not approve. Have you seen Despicable Me 3? What did you think about it? Are you actually interested in a Minions 2 or Despicable Me 4? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe and comment on the Platypus. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Oh wow, you made it to the end of the video. Good job. How about you click that subscribe button for more content? Or click one of these 2 videos. You know, either one's good enough.